Hi guys, welcome to the Rule of Two, where the Star Wars news saga continues. I'm Terrence.
I'm Art.
Wow, I haven't heard that in so long. It actually makes me feel
It's music. It's music to everyone's ears.
We hadn't been doing this show as often as we normally would do because we've been missing you, sir. And just to have you right back, I mean, Manny filled in for a minute. Just wasn't the same.
Just wasn't the same.
It's like when you break up with your girl and then you try to date somebody else and you're like, I need to go home. And by going home, I need to get Art back in the studio. How you been, Art?
I've been good.
All right,
Good.
I'm glad that you were back because we got some stuff to talk about.
Let's talk about some stuff.
You missed some stuff that we did with D23 and the Mandalorian trailer, and that's fine because we got some stuff that I think that you fit better with, right? Rumors. Rumors.
Stop spreading them rumors around. Don't stop because it actually gives us another reason to talk.
There you go. More rumors you got, the more often I can get Art back on the show. So today's rumors are actually going to be based on the upcoming Episode 9 movie that we're going to be getting in December.
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, which I don't know why I don't like saying the title, but Episode 9 for me.
This is the one title I do like.
That's the one title you do. You didn't like The Last Jedi?
No.
Force Awakens? I didn't even get them started.
Those seem a little forced.
They
had to, this is more like, finally, the name matches with this movie. I mean, the whole series comes to an end.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about that name in a little bit. But the first thing we're going to talk about, one of the first rumors and probably one of the most recent things that are going on, because we're going to touch on some things that are a little bit older. But one of the recent things is that there is a leak / rumor that is out there in regards to the opening scene of The Rise of Skywalker. I said it this time. And if
Episode 9.
Episode 9. And if you haven't seen it, I'll just kind of summarize it real quick. In the opening scene, and you have to take this with a grain of salt, we don't know if this is true or not, but there's going to be a scene where we see Luke and Leia kind of force training and Jedi training, whatever you want to call it.
It would be Jedi training.
Jedi training, yeah, because
Force is part of involved.
Him teaching her the ways of the Force, but they will show him and her holding
Ways of the light
lightsabers.
side.
So I would assume it would be more Jedi training. And in this scene, during the training, we get to find out that the reason why she stops the training with Luke is because, she finds out that she is pregnant with Ben Solo. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that real quick before we move on to the next part that actually really makes more sense in this. But what do you think about that so far, as far as an opening scene for The Rise of Skywalker?
Well, let me start off by saying all things Disney don't really come out to the way they...
Okay.
For Star Wars related things. The way it comes off in the trailers, pretty much not how it is in the movie theater.
No, they recut them and stuff like that.
So they always throw you curveballs in the trailers.
Like that hooded scene with Rey in the double-bladed lightsaber, her little nunchuck double-bladed lightsaber.
whatever. They always have to bust out with something new.
Right.
But anyway.
But so as far as the opening scene,
scene,
what do you think about that? Starting with a flashback, because that's not something that they normally do.
Well, it could be that she's seeing it through the eyes of someone else. For example, in Return of the Jedi, when she had the lightsaber and all of a sudden she had flashbacks, where not flashbacks, but she kind of visions.
Yeah, and that's when we kind of got the whole term of force flashback. So it looks like if they do something like that, that might be where they're going, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But overall, would you like to see Leia doing a Jedi training scene?
You know what? No.
No? You're not on board with her being a Jedi?
No.
But it explains so much.
It would explain. It would explain why she did the Mary Poppins scene. Because out of all the times that she could have used the Force, that was the only time.
She was general.
Still.
She's got administrative duties to do, sir. She ain't got time to be using the Force. Ain't nobody got time for that.
There's no reason to go back and try to tie things in from the other ones.
You mean like doing an Obi-Wan TV show or doing a Han Solo prequel film? No reason to go back and fill in gaps. Doing a Rogue One movie.
At this point, what they've done to the movies themselves.
All right.
For example, if it would have been cool that they would have done the Force training scene or the Jedi training in Episode 2, right? Or not Episode 2.
There's a lot of things we wish would have happened in the early prequels.
Not in the early prequels. In Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
I mean, not Return of the Jedi.
Force Awakens.
No, The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted the flashback then?
Yeah, that would have actually made me feel a little better.
That would have ruined that whole segment they put into the casino scene. Sorry, it's definitely sarcasm. But so you don't want to see her train.
No, I'm like,
it's
look,
too late.
It's too much focusing on the past already in these movies themselves.
Okay.
In the movies, they keep on doing things for, I guess, for fanfare, for nostalgia.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's already. Let's not. Why keep on throwing things for nostalgia, right?
What's one of those things is that I feel like it kind of might have been something they were going to look for in The Last Jedi, because they're reusing, or at least maybe in The Force Awakens, they're reusing footage since she's already passed, since Carrie Fisher's already passed. They're reusing footage, so maybe this is something they had planned for an earlier movie that they were like, okay, well, we can use it for this.
Now we have no new
choice.
footage, so we have this.
We have to go with this.
Yeah.
All right, so now to move on forward, because you talked about like the Force flashbacks. Towards the end of this scene, we do realize, and this is a rumor, that the vision that that the scene that we're seeing is a vision from Rey. This is something that she's having another Force flashback, and in the Force flashback, it actually is only ended when she hears somebody say Master Leia. So I want to ask you in regards to one, another flashback. Are we cool with this is now Rey's power? She's the only one that can do Force flashbacks. But also two, Leia's a Jedi if they're saying Master Jedi.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Master Jedi, Master Leia.
Master Leia.
What do you think about the whole Rey Force flashback and Master Leia?
You know what? Which would be kind of funny because everybody else, they address Master and then,
Master and then what?
And then
who?
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got tongue-tied.
Take your time, sir.
We're going to cut this part out anyway.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I'll just wait here and force you to cut it.
Leave some dead air. I'll just cut off the dead air. I'll leave your mess up in. So
Okay. So go on.
So all right. So the whole thing, what I wanted to know is more along the lines of how do you feel about Rey having another Force flashback? Now that this seems to be her Force ability, and also two, what do you feel about our realizing that Leia is a Jedi at this point? But a third thing I just thought of is that it's being triggered. The end of the flashback is being triggered by her saying Master Leia. Is there some type of foreshadowing or undertone there about her relationship with Leia?
That's really interesting because we still don't know clearly. We have no clear connection of Rey's origins,
Yeah,
right?
we don't know.
We don't know
at this point.
When Kylo had given the little backstory of what where she came from, and we don't know if that was just
like junk traders. And
we don't know if
nobody.
that's true or if that was just he was trying to get under his skin.
Right.
So it'd be with the Force flashbacks, I feel as if first these last two movies have taken so many liberties with people just dismissing as the Force. Oh, that's just the Force. That's the Force,
Dude, that's how Star Wars works.
No. The other ones.
How was he able to do it? The Force.
The Force. It's like, oh, she had no training in how to use the lightsaber. Oh, the Force. How does she know that she can control someone's mind since nobody ever trained her and told her that's the Force?
Oh, by the way, in her defense, Luke had like 3? He had a whole weekend of Jedi training. And
No, not true. There was a lot of time between episode 4 and 5.
He had a company field trip out to the forest and stuff like that where they get you together in a circle and you do trust falls. That's what he had with Yoda. That was his Jedi training, and he was able to go and take down Vader. Whatever. So let's move on, since you're hating on Leia and Rey. All right, so do you feel like there's any other like I said, the Master Leia thing and that ending her vision? Do you feel like that brings up any connection between the two?
You know what? I want to say yes, but at the end of the day, I'm going to say I feel like it's going to be a no in the movie. I think they're just playing it up like that in the trailer. Mm-hmm. But when it's
not a trailer, this is
the
leak.
rumors, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just feel as if they're, if it is something like that, maybe they're just saying it and then she turns her head to see something else that's happening in the vision.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all rumors at this point. So
all right.
Hearsay. It's all hearsay.
All right, so we'll move on. One of the ones that's kind of been floating out there for a while, in the Last Jedi, the cave where you get your connection to the dark side, and Luke had his thing where he fought Vader, he cut off the head and saw his own face. The cave showed multiple people, right? And it even made a point to show you that she was showing her hand from both sides, right? So one of the kind of going rumors right now is that Rey is a clone. It didn't say that who made the clone. It could have been Snoke. Obviously, we know we're getting Palpatine in this movie. One of the rumors is that maybe Palpatine, in the background somewhere, since we found out that he's still alive, that he is the person who cloned Rey. How do you feel about that rumor? Because we didn't get a chance to talk about it before. Me and Manny talked about it. But how do you feel about that rumor about them that she may be a clone? Maybe that's why she has no parents.
That actually would be really cool if they did that, because, first the technology's all there.
Okay.
But this happened in the past.
I mean,
in a galaxy far
they've been
away.
cloning snowtroopers. They've been cloning the stormtroopers for so long.
Yeah, I mean, so we know that the technology was there.
All right.
Perhaps, they didn't have the full set, maybe whatever, this, that, the other, or he wanted to play with the DNA.
Oh, I forgot. It was like, that's the reason why they showed the hand, is because it's the hand Luke lost when he got it chopped off by Vader. So, hey, picked up, hey, did you find that hand with that lightsaber? Okay, good. I have some plans for that.
Yeah, so I actually love that rumor. I love the fact that where it goes, because there's some books, some of them weren't canon. Obviously, this is pre-Disney, where Palpatine had cloned Luke's hand, and so because that's been tossed around for a decade, two decades now, close to 3, of what they did with the hand. So it'd be really cool if and what if there's multiple clones and she's the one that defected, or there's somebody stole one of the clones, left it on the planet, to maybe somehow do something. There's just so much they can play with it. I'd rather they do that than say you're Luke Skywalker's bastard daughter.
Yeah, hey, the deadbeat Jedi.
The deadbeat Jedi. you stood for all good except paying child support.
Paying child support. That's the reason why Ben left.
And that's what he didn't want to be found either. He was like, I don't want to do that back pay.
Like,
I'm going to be on another planet where no one can find me.
I can't hang around this. But also too, if she is a clone, and if there might be multiple clones, that might explain what the whole scene that we saw with her in the dark robe.
Yeah, there could be so
it could be
much.
Another Rey that's out there.
Like a dark Rey.
Yeah, a dark Rey. That's kind of poetic. All right, so moving on. So we talked about Palpatine, maybe possibly of cloning her. The other going theory is that maybe she's not a clone, but Palpatine. Everybody wants to have kids, right? Luke didn't have any kids.
We don't know.
But Han and Leia got down. Everybody else seems to be getting down.
Everybody was getting down,
except for Shmi, who she got it forced upon her. That sounded horrible. That sounded horrible.
I don't know about all that.
They've made her pregnant. We'll say that. But what if this is Palpatine's daughter?
Illegitimate daughter.
Illegitimate daughter, and so many things were going on with the Empire that he stashed her away. For when he was able to come back and when her Force abilities became more prevalent. And that's the reason why what's the word I'm looking for?
Force sensitivity?
Her Force sensitivity is so high.
That would be a great tie-in. I don't see that as much as I think the clone has more ground.
The clone has more ground.
Than illegitimate child.
You don't want Daddy Palpatine.
Papi Palpatine?
Yeah, Papa Darth Sidious. Papa Sidious.
Papa Darth?
Papa Darth. I like that one. That one doesn't work.
Nah, it's just because then how many illegitimate children would there be out there?
A lot.
Right? Because, if I had the power to just... I could tell you for a while.
Yeah.
I'd be using that in my advantage, if you know what I mean.
Right. It's like, I did pull out. I did wear a condom.
But I wouldn't do that unless it was consensual. First, I want to be clear.
You did want to do this.
No, I would be like, can I do that? Sign this written statement.
Sign this written statement. The Jedi's frown upon this stuff, so make sure you sign it. Because they're all supposed to be celibate, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. I don't really... Well, but then Jedis were celibate, not
Not the Sith.
Not the Sith.
Sith engaged in their urges and wants and desires. So once again, Palpatine being one of the stronger Siths that's out there.
But then there would be a whole bunch of illegitimate.
Maybe there is. Maybe there is.
Maybe the entire clone army is not actually a clone army. It's just a whole bunch
You
of
don't
illegitimate Sith children.
You don't know Palpatine's body count. You know, there's probably a bunch of Siths, little Siths running out there.
Remember, he also could move his mind from one body, or his essence, or from one body to the next.
He's getting people pregnant. He ain't got to be over there. It's like, she would look good giving me one of my kids. He will be strong with the Force.
There's just so many different ones, but I would love for the clone one. There's just so much more
really
you
want
can
the
do.
clone one?
Yeah, there's so much more you can do with that.
Okay. All right. And so our last rumor, and this one, I feel like this one is one I even mentioned when they first dropped the title to the Rise of Skywalker. I mentioned it myself because it seemed like it made the most sense, and seeing how she got so close to Luke and Leia and Han, even though he's not Skywalker, but he got so close to them that I thought that with all of the Skywalkers eventually dying, that even if she is not found out to be a Skywalker, the rumor says is that she'll rename herself as Skywalker as a homage or a like, hey, I want to honor you guys.
Kind of like the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
Even though we don't ever know who
We're never
Ren
gonna figure
is
out who they are
or who the Knights are.
We're never.
You know
gonna
what would
figure
have
that
been
out.
really cool on the side note is if the Pleborian Guard,
If they were the
Knights of Ren.
that would have been great.
That would have been so cool.
So then you would have always been saying it was like I never got to see those Imperial Guards fight, and that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to finally give that to us, and then maybe if the Knights of Ren was outside, they had to fight them, and then they had to fight the guards. It's too many fights.
Or the Guard was just because they weren't Imperial Guard; they were the Pleborian Guard.
Sorry.
Imperial Guard was for Palpatine and Vader.
Okay. So, but that's what they were really trying
I'm
to
just
give
saying.
you in that. That's why I have you here to check me on stuff
Fact
like
check.
this. Yeah.
No,
But
so that would be really cool if they would have said like that.
that's Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
Like, so. But then they would have killed them all, and I'd have been upset. It would
Yeah, well, I
it would
mean-
have been a Boba Fett issue where like, hey, or a Captain Phasma, where like you didn't really do much, you just died.
I
You
know,
just
right?
showed up on the screen and didn't die. But anyway,
But going back to it's so these previews, or not previews, the trailers and the rumors. That's why it's so hard with the rumors, because they've let me down so many times already, these movies, that I want to think that some of these rumors might have a little bit of truth to it. But at the end of the day, so far, it's really, the movies have let me down. Like, I build up the trailers, I build up these rumors, because I'm thinking maybe this is where it's like Transformers. I keep on hoping they're gonna redeem themselves, and
They're never
it
gonna
just
redeem
kind of keeps on,
That Bumblebee was good. By the way, welcome back to the #1 Star Wars podcast.
Actually, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and Transformers at one point had.
Yeah, they were all part of Marvel. So Marvel did
So
a
it's
lot
all
of
tied
crossing
together.
comic stuff.
So once again, it's all Star Wars related.
It's all Star Wars related. So I mean, do you feel good with the fact that if they go that route, would that work for you?
Yeah,
as
that
far
would
as
be okay with me.
Her just proclaiming herself as Skywalker.
A Skywalker, yeah. What if she's a clone of Luke?
Okay.
And
because you really want the hand.
I want
clone
it.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
That would explain the dark ray, right?
That would make her technically a Skywalker because it's the same
she's
genetics.
Yeah. So
And then we don't have to do deadbeat Jedi. Hashtag deadbeat Jedi. We don't have to do deadbeat Jedi because Luke didn't know.
yeah.
You know, it's the kid that like you show back up and
It
they
kind of
like,
ties everything.
hey, Dad, I am an adult and my mom never told me about you, but then I found you and you owe like 18 years of child support. So,
it just pieces everything more. Gives it a little more seamless and
sorry.
ties things together.
yeah, and so you owe 18 years of Republic credits. let me get my Star Wars terminology correct. But yeah, so I like it too. I just don't think Disney wants to go that route. I think they're going to do something completely different. I think the other thought that I had with her, taking the name of Skywalker, is that they will just now, because they said in The Last Jedi, the Jedi are dead. And that Jedi going forward will just be called
Skywalkers.
That was my theory.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
See, just poo-poo on my theory.
Yeah, that was like if it was poop, you can get it in Frosty Serve.
Whoa! Whoa!
There you go.
Man, so vicious over
It's
here.
a big pile of... See, the clone one, the more you think about it, it actually makes more sense, and it kind of ties things together.
Disney's gonna do. There's no Jedi. There's Skywalkers. That's what it's gonna. I just put it down. I said it today, whatever day this releases. I said it that day.
The 7th. Oh no.
It's December, right before the movie releases.
Yeah. Right after the movie releases.
after the movie
If
releases.
this is true, I'm gonna release this.
I'm gonna release this. Okay, so I don't know if you heard any other theories. That were all the theories that I had for you today. Was there anything else that you?
I heard
maybe
one of the of Ray.
Okay.
I don't know if it's I mean, I haven't written it down or anything like you did. But the rumor I heard from Ray was that she's having a Force vision.
Okay.
Where kind of like when she was in the cave.
In the cave. She's having another one.
Yeah, something similar.
I mean, she's having a lot of visions. I mean, it's probably not that good for Jedi's to just be like visioning on. Well, but then again, they always see the future, right? So maybe it's a future event. If she goes the wrong path,
This is
where she could go.
It could
and
just
we're
be
referring to when she's in a robe with a double lightsaber.
The trailer could be, it's like I said, they're just dropping little nuggets, but go back and watch the trailers originally, and the way they set it up is not the way it played out in the movie. So
Very true.
So they could be throwing curveballs again, thinking this is what, and they're gonna we're gonna go watch the movie. I'm gonna line up.
Mm-hmm.
Movie theaters are gonna sell out.
As much as he hates the last two.
Yep, I will be there. I will be there with lowered expectations.
And we're gonna get to that episode when we get a little bit closer to the movie. We'll do what we feel is gonna transpire in the movie and how we want to.
When they release a couple of more trailers and you start tying things together.
I'm done with trailers. I watched enough trailers right now. I'm gonna go see the movie. I don't want to know anything else. So, all right.
I'm gonna watch enough trailers where I already saw the movie.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm good enough. If they'd have shown that casino scene in the previous trailers, I probably would not have seen Last Jedi. But anyway, they didn't. That's why they do good with trailers. All right, go ahead and take us home. You haven't done this in a while.
I haven't. Hey guys, tell us what you think. What are some rumors? Maybe we missed one. Maybe we are interpreting one of these rumors incorrectly.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
If you know more, please put them in the comments below.
Yeah. We'd love to discuss. As you know, this is the #1 Star Wars podcast.
It is, if you're counting backwards. So for Aspen and Manny, who just took off for us.
Also, don't forget to follow us, like us.
I forgot that.
Do all that good stuff to us.
Do all the good stuff. And, get back on track with us. If we've been gone for a while.
If you've missed me, comment.
Yeah, please. We'll get it back.
I've missed you.
That too. So for Aspen and Manny, actually, who just took off right now, he left us. So that's why Art's feeling. Well, this is Art's spot. He's not feeling it. I'm Terrence.
I'm Art.
And may the force be with you.
And also with you.
As for her, she found out, hey, my husband's cheating, but at least she got a settlement.
I got a settlement out of it.
A settlement out of it.
At least he didn't screw me twice.
There you go. They get screwed by him and the company. One of these men's work. All right, so I haven't done this from the side in a while. I don't know what this is like anymore. All right, back on the show. Wow.